The man awarded the contract for the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, the $13 billion project, the single biggest contract in Nigeria's history. It's the same man a European court once convicted for money laundering linked to General Sani Abacha. This is not fiction. This is happening right now in the country we call home. His name is Gilbert Chagoury. No man voted for him. Most Nigeria wouldn't even recognize his face on the street. But today, his company holds the key to building the road that will stretch 700 kilometers from Lagos to Calabar, a project that will cost more than what some entire states generate in 10 years. By the time this video ends, you understand that this story isn't really about road anymore. It's about who runs Nigeria and the president whose name follows every single line of it. So let's begin. Gilbert Chagoury was born in Lagos in 1946 into the Lebanese trading family that has settled in Nigeria generations before independence. Let's be clear, this is not an outsider who simply walked in. Nigeria has been his home ground since birth. In 1971, he and his younger brother Ronald started what would become the Chagoury Group. Construction, real estate, oil services, quietly, methodically, they built an empire. But the real story doesn't start with money. It started with proximity to power. Because by the 1990s, Gilbert Chagoury had found himself inside the inner circle of the most feared man in Nigeria at that time. This is the part most puff pieces conveniently leave out. So let's state it plainly. General Sani Abacha, Nigerian military dictator through the 1990s. The man who ordered the execution of Ken Saro Wiwa. The man who ruled Nigeria with iron fist. He had Gilbert Chagoury as a close associate. When Abacha died in 1998, investigators around multiple countries began tracing billions of state funds he had stolen. Following the money, they found it moving through accounts connected to Chagoury. In the year 2000, a swiss court convicted Gilbert Chagoury. Not accused, not alleged, convicted. He was convicted of money laundering tied to the Abacha loot. As part of the settlement, he agreed to return hundreds of millions of dollars to the Nigeria government. Let that sink. The man building Nigeria's most expensive roads today carries a criminal conviction from a European court for money laundering, money that was actually stolen from Nigeria's own treasury. And it doesn't stop there. At different points, American authorities have linked his name to allegations of drug trafficking and to claims which he has denied. He claimed that was connecting him to financing the Hezbollah, a group the United States designates a terrorist organization. This allegation reportedly contributed to a USA visa ban that stayed in place for years. To be fair, the drug and Hezbollah claims were allegations, but the Swiss conviction, this is fact, on record, signed and sealed. So when someone asks who Gilbert Chagoury is, the honest answer isn't businessman. It's a convicted money launderer who became Nigeria's biggest government contractor. After the Abacha scandal, Chagoury didn't retreat from Nigeria. Instead, he did something that stunned everyone. He began building an entire new city out of sand, dredged straight from the Atlantic Ocean, the Eko Atlantic. I'm sure you've heard that name before.
Today, a liability that threatens the entire Victoria land of Lagos has been arrested and is being converted to a great asset of prosperity.
You must give credit to my predecessor. He was the one who started the protection of the bar beach.
You claim land sitting right beside Victoria Island. It's marketed as Africa's Dubai. Bank, luxury apartment, private security, private everything. It was sold as solution to Lagos coastal erosion. Critics say it did the opposite, pushing flood onto poorer communities that couldn't afford to live behind the Atlantic wall. But politically, it worked like magic. Almost overnight, Chagoury transformed from Abacha money man into Lagos visionary developer. Now here's the real story, the relationship driving all of this. Gilbert Chagoury and Bola Ahmed Tinubu business style did not start yesterday. They go back decades, long before Tinubu ever became the president. Tinubu was governor of Lagos State from 1999 to 2007. The exact year Eko Atlantic is being planned and built. Same period, same city, same circle. Fast forward to 2027, Tinubu became the president of Nigeria. And instead of fading into the background, Chagoury stepped further forward. The government officially listed him as part of Nigeria's delegation to the COP28 Climate Summit in Dubai. And the government itself called him the president confidant. Then, in 2024, the big one lands. The federal government awarded the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway an $11 to $13 billion project to high-tech construction company. That's Chagoury company. No open bidding, no public tender, just award. The Minister of Work will later defend it on national television, insisting it was based on the company track record, not any relationship. Obviously, Nigerians weren't convinced. And so the National Assembly quickly approved nearly $700 million upfront to Chagoury's company, before major construction even meaningfully began. If it were just one contract, maybe you call it coincidence. But it didn't stop there. In 2026, another flagship project, the Sokoto-Badagry Superhighway, another multi-billion-dollar corridor, landed with the same company, high-tech again. No bidding again. Two of Nigeria's biggest, most expensive road projects in history, both going to the single company owned by a man with personal decades-long-time friendship with the sitting president. If that isn't relationship on full display, nothing is. And then in January 2026, the relationship reached its peak. Quietly, with no public ceremony, no official announcement, President Tinubu conferred on Gilbert Chagoury the GCON, Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger, Nigeria's second highest national honor. An honor traditionally reserved for Vice President, Senate President, and Chief Justice. The letter cited his outstanding virtues and decades of service to Nigeria's economy. The award only became public after Femi Otedola posted a congratulatory message online, calling Chagoury his role model and mentor. The presidency later confirmed it was true and said it was timed to mark Chagoury's 80th birthday. Think about the sequence. First, a Swiss conviction for laundering stolen state funds. Then, decades of business partnership with a rising political figure. Then, the biggest infrastructure contract in Nigeria's history, awarded without competition. And finally, the government itself declaring him a national hero, one of the highest honors the Nigerian state can give. This is not just a friendship. This is a complete rehabilitation engineered from the very top. Let's not pretend like Nigeria stayed quiet about this. They didn't. Transparency International Nigeria came out openly and mocked the entire award, calling the price inflated, suggesting simply that some people stood to profit from it. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar went further. He accused the government of rushing the demolition, including the part of the popular landmark beach complex. He said it's purely to benefit a presidential business partner, and alleged that the entire contract violated Nigeria's own procurement law. Here's the part that should genuinely frustrate you. None of this is secret. Everything you just heard, the Swiss conviction, the alleged US ban, the no-bid contract, the decade of long-time friendship, is public record. No one is hiding it, no one is denying it. It's simply happening in a plain daylight. So the real question is not, did it happen? The question is, why does it keep happening in front of all of us without anyone stopping it? Gilbert Chagoury built an entire city out of sand. Now the government is trusting him to build the road that could shape Nigeria's southern economy for the next generation. Is he Nigeria's greatest infrastructure visionary, or the clearest picture of Nigeria's oldest sickness? The access to money follows the access to power, not merit. I'll leave that for you to decide. But now you know the full story, not the half version. If you find this video insightful or it has opened your eyes in any way, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you on my next video.